News Channel 15 presents The Film Reel, the best place to find out what's coming to theaters and your TV screen. It's The Film Reel. Hello and welcome back to The Film Reel, your number one source for movie and TV news here on News Channel 15. I'm Bryce West, here with Kane Jones. Super Bowl weekend can be a slow one at the box office. Did any films break through the football frenzy? David Daniel has the weekend estimates for the top 5 films.
So what is that? Is that Barbie?
The Gentleman took 5th place in its second weekend out, grossing $6 million. Gretel and Hansel opened at number 4 with $6.1 million, slightly more than it cost to make. Robert Downey Jr. and Doolittle managed to stay in 3rd place, picking up $7.7 million.
Colonel Mackenzie is in command of the 2nd. He sent word yesterday morning he was going after the retreating Germans.
The award-winning war drama 1917 is at $119 million domestic after a second-place weekend worth $9.7 million.
Mike, relax. Mike, bus, back!
The long-awaited threequel Bad Boys for Life took the top spot for the 3rd straight weekend, making $17.7 million for a domestic total of $148 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The weekend's other new wide release, The Rhythm Section, opened way down in 10th place with just $2.8 million. The worst debut ever for a movie opening in more than 3,000 locations. We'll get to that later on in the episode, but for now, Bryce, what are your thoughts on this weekend's box office results?
You know, I mean, Bad Boys for Life is staying strong in the box office. I think it was his 3rd week in a row, right, at number 1? Yeah. So another great success for that movie. Gretel and Hansel comes in at 4th place. We didn't really predict that one. It was kind of definitely not my kind of movie, so I wasn't really as aware of it. So it kind of went over my radar. But I'm really interested to see what is going to happen here later on in this weekend with Birds of Prey coming out and how Bad Boys for Life will shape up against that movie. So, Kane, why don't you go ahead and get us into Birds of Prey?
All right. In other news, Birds of Prey is coming out this weekend. So, Bryce, how do you think this movie will compete with the other movies?
Well, it's going to be one of those deals. So, I mean, this is a comic book movie, obviously.
Right.
So, Birds of Prey will obviously make tons of money. I mean, and the reviews are going really strong right now. It's got like a solid 88% on Rotten Tomatoes last time I checked. And as we have stated on the show in the past, we haven't been so keen on these trailers, you know? I mean, we weren't too excited for this movie, but we thought it did have the potential to be good. This is another rated R comic book movie, which is kind of a new playing ground for these movie companies, because DC just tried this with Joker. It was a huge success for them. Fox has been doing that for a while with some of the X-Men films like Deadpool and Logan. Marvel Studios has yet to kind of venture into this field, but this is set in the DCEU. This is kind of like a spin-off to Suicide Squad, which wasn't really received as well, but Harley Quinn was one of the most popular characters in that movie. So having her in her own film now, I think was definitely the right move. Margot Robbie is a fantastic actress. I loved her in the role in Suicide Squad. Now she's in this movie, and I'm really looking forward to going out to see this movie. Kane, what are your thoughts about Birds of Prey coming out this weekend?
Pretty much everything you just said. I'm looking forward to it too. I think she deserved her own spinoff. And yeah, I think it's going to do, I'm not saying it's going to do like fantastic, but I think it'll do decent.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a billion-dollar movie, but it definitely, I think, will be a moderate success, similar to Shazam. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with some more news right after this.
The tri-state source for alternative rock is 89.1 The Bash. Connect with us wherever you are on social.
Long coast gets swept away. It didn't used to be this way.
Listen live on our free mobile apps, online, or on TuneIn. We are today's hit alternative, 89.1 The Bash. Channel 15 is now available on the Roku and Apple TV smart devices. Log on to facebook.com/my15news to learn more.
Welcome back into the Film Reel. If you missed seeing the original cast of a certain hit Broadway musical, you could still find yourself in the room where it happens. David Daniel explains in the Hollywood Minute.
You still have a shot to see the original Broadway cast of Hamilton. Several performances filmed in 2016 are being turned into a movie version of the Pulitzer Prize and Tony-winning musical. Creator Lin-Manuel Miranda announced on Twitter, Hamilton the film will debut in theaters October 15th, 2021.
I come to get you. Bring all of you to freedom.
The studio behind Harriet is hosting free screenings of the film for Black History Month. Focus Features has teamed with Regal Cinemas for free showings in 50 theaters around the U.S. on February 4th and February 11th. Star Cynthia Erivo has 2 Oscar nominations for Best Actress and Best Original Song.
You don't have a clue about the scale of the mess you've caused.
The rhythm section has set a record, and not the good kind. The action thriller's opening weekend gross of $2.7 million was not only the worst wide-release debut of the year so far, it was the worst debut ever for a film that opened in more than 3,000 locations. Ouch. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The rhythm section sets a record, but not necessarily a good one. Bryce, what are your thoughts on that, as well as the new Hamilton movie coming in 2021?
Yeah, so the rhythm section is the lowest box office opening of any movie ever to be have a wide release in over 3,000 theaters. Whew, that is not good for the studio there.
No.
I mean, I hope they can recover somehow.
Yeah.
Don't see that happening,
No,
but we will have to wait and see on that. But as for Hamilton coming to theaters, obviously I am so excited.
Yeah, of course.
It is one of my favorite musicals ever, as I'm sure people watching at home. I mean, everybody has been a part of the Hamilton craze. I think at some point they've at least heard of it, you know.
Right, yeah.
So, and keep in mind, this was shot in 2016. So they've been sitting on this for a long time. And I assume it's been like a super long bidding war between all the studios. And it ends up that Disney got it for $75 million. So, and this won't even be coming out till October of 2021. And this thing was shot in 2016.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda is definitely playing his cards correctly, I feel.
I think so too, yeah.
Because, I mean, like, it's obvious that the reason why this is happening is that the show is still doing well on Broadway, and they're still doing performances, so they want to still be able to capitalize on that. So I feel like October of 2021, by then things will be slowing down. I mean, things have already like slowed down, but like slowed down even more. And so they want to be able to make sure that people go see it live still. So if the movie comes out, then people are going to like, well, I don't need to see it live anymore because I just watched it in the theater. So, Kane, are you excited for Hamilton?
I am, and I think it's going to be a big hit. In some more movie news, it looks like the director of the original Spider-Man trilogy, Sam Raimi, is potentially in talks to direct the new Doctor Strange movie coming out in 2021. So, Bryce, what are your thoughts on Sam Raimi potentially directing Doctor Strange?
You know, Sam Raimi is definitely a highly prestigious director in Hollywood. He obviously directed the first 3 Spider-Man movies starring Tobey Maguire, so he has experience doing these comic book movies. I'm hearing rumors that people are thinking that maybe Tobey Maguire could make an appearance in this movie due to the multiverse twist in Doctor Strange 2. So I mean, I suppose it's possible because we have the whole Morbius thing being connected to the MCU.
Anything's possible.
So yeah, anything's possible. Marvel and Sony definitely have been more friendly after the new Spider-Man deal came out. So. It's definitely possible. I am totally down to see Sam Raimi direct Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. So Kane, I mean, what do you think about Sam Raimi?
Well, sort of, you kind of just touched on it. I think it'd be good if he did direct. I mean, I'm a big fan of his, and I think, yeah, he'd be a good director for the project.
Yeah, he's definitely done a lot since Spider-Man, and he's definitely proven that he's not just a comic book movie director. He can direct good, like, non-blockbuster movies. So I definitely think that Sam Raimi has what it takes. I'm thinking that this leaked because they wanted people to see what people thought of Sam Raimi potentially directing this Doctor Strange movie. And so far, it seems like the buzz has just been overwhelmingly positive.
Right.
I haven't seen a single person say they don't want Sam Raimi to direct this new Doctor Strange movie. So it will definitely be interesting to see if that pans out and how the movie will turn out because of it.
Right.
So Super Bowl Sunday was last weekend, and while most of the country was watching for the big game, me and Kane were watching for the commercials. So Kane, what were some of your favorite Super Bowl commercials this year?
So a new rapper, Lil Nas X, did a commercial for Cool Ranch Doritos with Sam Elliott, very distinguished actor. And it's just kind of, they do a sort of a dance-off battle, so to speak, and and it's to promote Doritos, Cool Ranch Doritos.
Okay.
Post Malone, another rapper, he actually promoted Bud Light. He's a huge advocate for Bud Light, which a lot of rappers probably are for alcohol.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Fallon and the Roots, famous late night host. He did one for Michelob Ultra, another alcoholic beverage. And then
Seems like all of yours are alcoholic beverages.
They are.
Kane.
They are. The last one actually was a Mountain Dew, which I also enjoy. Had Bryan Cranston in it.
Okay, so a little bit soft drink for some of the people who aren't Kane's age at home.
So those three or four were my favorites that I liked.
Okay, all right. So you got some of the alcoholic drinks, but some of the soft drinks for some of the people who are still underage at home. So with that being said, we will take a quick break, and after this, we'll be right back and show off some of the trailers.
On air, online, on social. Join News Channel 15 each weeknight for our look at local news, weather, and sports. Where Southern Illinois comes first, this is News Channel 15. News Channel 15 presents Sports Extra, a weekly look at local and area sports. See it Thursday nights at 6:30 on News Channel 15, also posted to our Facebook page. It's Sports Extra. News Channel 15 is now available on the Roku and Apple TV smart devices. Log on to facebook.com/my15news to learn more.
Welcome back to the Film Reel. We are now going to take a look at some trailers and a sneak peek of what Marvel has coming up with their new TV shows.
Welcome to the Vicious Six.
Hello? Everybody here for the interview? Me too. What do you drive? I got a jet bike.
They're ready to see you, Mr. Gru.
Oh, good. Great. Here we go. Distinguished villains, my name is Gru. I feel like I'm talking too loud even though our proximity doesn't require this kind of volume.
You seriously think a puny little child can be a villain?
Yes, I am pretty despicable. You don't want to cross me?
Come back when you've done something evil to impress me. He took the stone! There's that little thief! Go, go, go!
Otto, distract them. I'll handle this. This is the biggest day of my life. This kid just stole something from the worst villains in the world. Time to strike. Now I will be a super villain. Now all I need is Otto. Where is Otto? Are you pulling on my legs right now? Otto, where's the stone?
Big storia. Porca le tondrov, quando le pari mene. Ilmako, pai liberia. La papitoirelle. Oh no, la partida, la bola. Basta, el amigo, no le puedo stopar. Mahiu, la guetta. Papagato, parenti. E là, la punella. Oh là là, le pelo bellissimo. La chiloto. Topissimo, no?
Did you just trade my future for a pet rock?
See?
Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. Now, where's Gru?
Close the gates! 6 of our northern cities have fallen in a coordinated attack. Their leader fights alongside a witch. Crush these murderers, Your Majesty.
Every family must contribute 1 man to fight.
You're a war hero. You've already made many great sacrifices.
My father cannot fight, so I will take his place.
The northern invaders will kill her.
If I expose her, our own people will kill her. When we take the Imperial City, I will take revenge. For my father!
What is your name, soldier?
Hua Jun, Commander, son of Hua Zhou.
You will now take the oath of the warrior. Loyal. Brave. True. Release!
You will die pretending to be something you're not.
Yet here I stand, proof that there is a place for people like us.
A girl threatens our plans.
A warrior.
It's time. Wanda, welcome home.
Vision residents.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Welcome back into the film reel. That was quite the epic look at some new Marvel shows, but let's first talk about the trailers. Kane, what are your thoughts on the trailers that we just showed?
Well, to be honest, for the first one, the Minions, I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I don't really think we need another one. A lot of people are going to disagree. But like,
I mean, they do make a lot of money, but I agree,
do.
they're not really my cup of tea.
I don't know. I just think that, I mean, I could see where they're going with the origin story, Rise of Gru, having him as like a kid. But, I mean, you know, if it makes money, it makes money, I guess. But I'm just not a fan
I mean,
of
if it makes money, they're just going to keep making
Right.
making a bunch of them. So
Me personally, I'm just not a fan.
yeah. No, I definitely understand. I'm
yeah.
not a huge fan of the Despicable Me movies either. So, I mean, I was whenever the first one came out, and I was still a child.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
So
I guess it is what it is.
So these movies really aren't for me anymore, but I'm not their target audience,
Right.
you know? So they're targeting towards younger kids in elementary school, middle school. And so they're still going out to see those movies. They're still taking their parents. So they still make a lot of money. So this is like the fifth one, counting all the Minions and Despicable Me movies. So, so yeah. And then what about the Mulan trailer?
Mulan, honestly, that looks pretty epic, I think. I think yeah.
I've got to say I agree. It definitely, it looks a lot more different from the original counterpart than the other.
I kind of figured they would make one because they did Lion King and a lot of the classics are getting rebooted. So I think this one actually looks good. I was a fan of Mulan, so I think it looks good, to be honest.
Yeah, and the great thing about this one is that it's not like a shot-for-shot remake. You know, it looks and feels different than the original, which is something that the Lion King was basically the same movie, just better looking. Aladdin, the same movie, just better looking. So Mulan, I feel like, is definitely going to have a different take and a different approach to the whole story, and it's going to actually feel like a new experience.
I see that.
Whereas the other ones are just kind of a rehash of the old one, just made for
That's a good point.
a more modern audience. So I'm
totally
definitely
agree, yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to Mulan and seeing how that all pans out. So we got to talk about this Marvel stuff. I mean, so we got a little bit of a sneak preview of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is kind of like a Captain America spinoff.
Right.
WandaVision, which is talking about Scarlet Witch and Vision, who is somehow back to life. So I guess that will be revealed, and it looks almost like they shot it like a sitcom, which is going to be really interesting. You've never really seen anything like that before. And then, of course, the one I'm most excited for is Loki. I mean, we only saw that for like 3 seconds, but I mean, just seeing Tom Hiddleston in the role for 3 more seconds was enough for me to get even more hyped for the show. So, Kane, what do you think about these 3 shows? What is your what are you most looking forward to out of these 3?
Well, I like all 3 of them. I'd probably lean more towards Falcon and the Winter Soldier as being like my favorite out of the 3. I think that Cap passing the shield over to Sam and them, I think is that's going to be a good like what do they do after Cap kind of thing. Look at that, all that, and then Loki, Tom Hiddleston. I also love that one, and then WandaVision.
WandaVision.
It might be good.
Yeah, it's so different that I don't know what to think about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's so weird, but weird in a good way.
Right.
You know, we've never seen anything like it ever. So I have no way of saying whether I'm excited for it, whether I think it's weird. Like, it's just like, I'm excited. I guess I should say I'm excited for it, but I'm just kind of like, really confused on what to think about it. You know?
I think Wanda and Vision are there's main characters, so I think they rightly deserve their own kind of spin-off show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be good.
And it'll be interesting to see, to learn how Vision is back and how that pertains to the story and what this whole sitcom thing is going like. I wonder if it's like in Wanda's head and she's kind of going crazy, or if there's some multiverse thing going on.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, because originally it was supposed to lead directly into the new Doctor Strange movie, but then they moved it up a little bit. So things kind of changed with that, and then Loki. I mean, supposedly that's just going to be him going through time, messing with things. So I mean, that's just the greatest concept ever.
Yeah,
so that's perfect for Loki. So I hope we see 10 million seasons of Loki.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm so excited about that, and of course they have other series in development too that we didn't see in the Super Bowl spot with Hawkeye. So that'll be interesting. She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, and Moon Knight. So there's a lot more Marvel TV to look forward to.
Awesome.
And there's a bunch of other shows in development too, along with all the Disney Plus shows. So that's a little bit of a look at the future of Marvel TV. And with that being said, we will take another quick break. And after we come back, we will give our box office predictions for this weekend. Stay tuned.
So what's your story? Looking for a cost-effective way to begin your college career? One that's close to home? Or are you still unsure of a career direction? Here's the answer. The 4 Illinois Eastern Community Colleges. With 100 certificate and associate degrees in career and technical fields, many online and many transferable. Frontier Community, Lincoln Trail, Olney Central, Wabash Valley. 4 colleges, 1 mission. Let us help write your life story. Check us out online at iecc.edu.
I didn't want to go to community college because it was too small, too limiting.
I wanted a place where I could expand my horizons and gain experiences for a strong future.
Where I could meet people from other places and learn about them.
A college choice that meant a strong start, not huge debt.
Where I would have the support I needed.
Where teachers knew my name and worked with me on a personal level.
And people were ready and available to help me plan my future.
That's why I choose my community college!
Welcome back to the Film Reel. Let's take a look at our box office predictions for this weekend. At number 1, I have Birds of Prey. I feel like it's pretty obvious that this is definitely going to be the one that opens up in number 1. It's a comic book movie. The reviews are going great. Margot Robbie is a huge star. You also have Ewan McGregor in the movie, looking really evil.
Right,
so I'm really interested to see him in that kind of role because I've never really seen Ewan McGregor play the bad guy before, so that will be definitely very interesting to see. At number 2, I have Bad Boys for Life. I mean, it stayed strong thus far, so I don't really see it going too much further down. At number 3, I have 1917, everyone's favorite. I mean, everybody is predicting that it will win Best Picture at the Oscars. So I honestly hope that is the case because, I mean, it just looks like a masterpiece, and I know you love the movie too, Kane. At number 4, I have The Lodge, and at number 5, rounding out the top 5, I have The Gentleman.
And now, for my predictions, I had Birds of Prey, of course, number 1. Bad Boys for Life, number 2. 1917, of course, sitting at number 3. Gretel and Hansel.
So staying at number 4, Gretel and Hansel was number 4 this weekend. So you think that it will be able to keep its spot?
I do. I put that in there at number 4. I think it'll hold strong there at number 4. And then Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman at number 5. I had that rounding that out.
Yeah, so that will do it here today for the Film Reel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We will take another quick break, and once we are back, you will be able to tune in to the news here on News Channel 15. So for Kane Jones, I'm Bryce West, signing off.
On air, online, on social. Join News Channel 15 each weeknight for our look at local news, weather, and sports. Where Southern Illinois comes first, this is News Channel 15. News Channel 15 presents Sports Extra, a weekly look at local and area sports. See it Thursday nights at 6:30 on News Channel 15, also posted to our Facebook page. It's Sports Extra. News Channel 15 is now available on the Roku and Apple TV smart devices. Log on to facebook.com/My15news to learn more.
So, what's your story? Looking for a cost-effective way to begin your college career? One that's close to home? Or are you still unsure of a career direction? Here's the answer. The 4 Illinois Eastern Community Colleges. With 100 certificate and associate degrees in career and technical fields, many online and many transferable. Frontier Community, Lincoln Trail, Olney Central, Wabash Valley. 4 colleges, 1 mission. Let us help write your life story. Check us out online at iecc.edu.
I didn't want to go to community college because it was too small, too limiting.
I wanted a place where I could expand my horizons and gain experiences for a strong future.
Where I could meet people from other places and learn about them.
A college choice that meant a strong start, not huge debt.
Where I would have the support I needed.
Where teachers knew my name and worked with me on a personal level.
And people were ready and available to help me plan my future.
That's why I choose my community college!